Hey guys, we're down here at Drive Customs. First of all, we got Meredith's 2018 BMW M4 competition series. There's not too many of these in the country. I can't remember the exact number on it, but this thing is nothing but incredible. They did all the details, the wheels, the brakes, and most importantly, they got the audio going in this thing. This thing sounds absolutely wonderful. It's great from a competition standpoint and from a day-to-day driver. But with all the power under the hood, this thing is nothing but fun. Keeps her happy. Let's check it out. The BMW M3 incorporated what is known as the Logic 7 system, which we're actually using and harnessing the power of the Logic 7 system to give one of the many different versions of presentable audio performances to the driver of this vehicle. Now, the owner wanted to be able to incorporate the Logic 7 system, which from BMW was an opportunity to give both the driver and the passenger the best possible listening experience, or even better, an equal listening experience from both seats. But it was never that perfect listening experience. The owner of this vehicle wanted to take it to the next step. So we're doing a couple things. One, we've embraced the power of the Logic 7 system by running it fully active into a pair of PS8 Pro digital sound processors. So we're running 14 channels of input into two PS8 Pros. The great part about this whole system, though, is the fact that we also have the ability through presets to be able to actually give the owner here a absolutely perfect, what some people call a one-seat wonder, from this driving experience location right here. Everything will be in its place. It'll give you that perfect sound stage. It'll give you the tonal accuracy that you're looking for of going to a live, real acoustical performance, or a acoustically and sonically correct performance. In this case, we're using pretty much all the stock speaker locations. We're using all the processing power of the DSPs. We have tweeters up in the A-pillars. We have the speakers in the doors. We have the center channel, which we've now done a fully active separate tweeter in mid using all Arc Audio RS series. And at the same time, we also have speakers all the way in the back fully active. It's a 4-in tweeter in the rear deck, as well as the SW subs in the back for when she really wants to get down with the program and have a little street fun. At the end of the day, it takes a lot of processing and a lot of knowledge, and the tuning is what actually comes into play here. I know everybody says, give us a tuning process that works. The problem is this car is going to be very different from the other car that we're going to show you here in a little bit that we're also going to work on today. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not about what we say sounds best. It's about what you think sounds best. Now, when we talk about the heart and soul of a vehicle with a stereo, we need to look at kind of what's going on here, in this case, in the trunk. The system that's in this vehicle right now, this is all the added components. None of this is the original OEM system. In this case, we've got two PS8 Pro processors in here giving us up to 16 channels of audio processing. This is allowing us actually the ability to embrace the factory Harman Kardon Logic 7 system and be able to give us all the processing power we need in order to customize it, tune it, and give the owner exactly the sound that she's looking for. We've got 3 amplifiers. 2 of the 1200.6 is giving us 12 channels of power, roughly about 150 watts a channel to each one of the speakers, including the tweeters inside, and then an X2 1100.1 to give us over 1100 watts of power to the 2 SW12s. The great part about this system is the fact that it's still clean. It looks very good. It complements the car in every way. And with a simple cover, this thing still has usable trunk space as well. But it gives us all the power we need to make this thing really, really fun. Now, the only thing left to do is let's get this thing tuned and make it sound great. So now that we got everything set up and we've done the initial part of the tuning with the BMW, one of the next steps, of course, is we've got to get the RTA in place. The reason for using the RTA, it's nothing more than an engine computer for the stereo, kind of like, well, a dyno would. This allows us to actually dial in and tune and see what we're doing. Visually being able to see the sound spectrum for the purpose of correction in order to be able to create the sound stage, the imaging, and also the overall tonal quality that we're looking for in a system. In this case, we've got the PS8 Pro processor, at least one of them hooked up. The other one is tandem in this, which allows us 248 bands of equalization, a lot of signal delay, a bunch of crossover options, and allows us to actually dial everything in so we can get everything set up for the driver's seat first for this customer and be able to get this thing dialed in the way that they want. The best part is with two processors, we also have the flexibility of using the onboard Logic 7 system. And because we're using the factory Logic 7 system as an option with a preset, we can improve the sound quality over the factory system and give them that Logic 7 experience, or give them that pinpoint competition style audio sound that you would find out of a two-seat install. In this case, we've got the left side and the right sides of the car both timber matched. We've got everything set. We've already set some delay. Our next step is get in here and start listening. So what we've got going on here right now is we've got the RT on this screen. We're using true RTA as the actual readout here. What we've got is all the frequencies here from 10 hertz up to 20K. The interesting part is it's these curves like this that are probably one of the most subjective and also opinionative things in the industry right now. You ask about 15 people, they're going to say what the different curve is. Is this optimum? No. At the end of the day, you actually have to sit down in the car and listen to it. You look at the EQ, we're doing everything individually, one channel at a time, or even at a pair of channels. Right now I've got the tweeter and the mid on the driver's side paired in. But you know what? These things, you know what they say about opinions. Well, it's the same thing goes for sound quality curves too. And unfortunately, there's a lot of industry guys out here that will say that this is going to sound absolutely horrible or very bass heavy, but in this car, it actually sounds wonderful. You know, with any car, when you finish up a tune, one of the things to remember is you're always tuning for whoever the driver is. Or maybe it's the judge. We never know. Just like we said earlier, there's a lot of opinions in this industry on how tuning is supposed to be done, as well as also what the car is supposed to sound like. At the end of the day, it's about the person behind the wheel.